Hello everyone and welcome to Deckbuilding Derezzed. I'm your host Code Marvelous, and today I am joined by a special guest for a special crossover, Ben Nee. Thanks very much for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
For those of you who, I can't imagine how, but if you're not aware of Ben, he has a great YouTube channel, which I'm going to put in the show notes, where he does a lot of really cool content about the game and deck building as well. Check it out. But today we're doing a special crossover where Ben and I both did a deck built around a new card, Mad Dash, and we came up with two different decks that try to feature this card. If you want to see Ben's list, our analysis, and our play of it, you can go follow the link in the show notes. Check out his channel while you're there. It's really good. I, for mine, picked Adam, the Compulsive Hacker, which, you know, if you're gonna try out a new card, you might as well try out a new card with the guy who likes to run all the time.
Adam, bringing in the swag. I love it. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me, are you not able to see what I've got going on? Let me see.
Yeah, I think you have to reshare it because I overwrote yours. There we go. Awesome.
Yeah. So what we've got here is an Adam deck. It's a pretty standard Adam runner deck, based on I think it was Hinkies that came up with the original Run Sometimes Adam, which I've turned into the staple of how I play him. And some of the key things here for understanding why I chose Adam for Mad Dash is because Adam has Find the Truth, his new directive, which says the first time he makes a successful run, or actually, yeah, first time he makes a successful run, he gets to see the top card of R&D, which in an asset spam meta, in a light ice meta, I feel like I'm going to be able to fire Mad Dash whenever the opportunity comes up, because I'm going to be drawing a lot of cards for free because of Safety First and Public Sympathy and Brain Chip. And then I'll get into my Mad Dash, and then I'll be able to go from there by using Find the Truth to know when it's a good time to run R&D. And in the rare instances where I whiff with it, because they had some sort of way of cycling their deck, one meat damage doesn't really matter when you're in the late game Adam, and because of Brain Chip, you have like a max hand size of 11.
Yeah, one meat damage. That's peanuts.
Right.
Also worth noting is that even though it's a 2-card combo, Find the Truth is not in your deck. You start with it as a directive, right?
Right. So
So
the
it's
combo's
a
online
very-
immediately.
Yeah, it's very reliable. Yeah, like it could be online as soon as turn 1. As soon as you draw the first Mad Dash, which makes this a very consistent combo. I think we will easily see that firing off today.
Yeah. So the other notables additions is the addition of Aaron, because he helps with a lot of the problems that Adam had, where light tags and trashing of resources just ruins him, and it helps him draw. Other big things, worth noting, if you've never seen any of my Adam videos or you're not familiar with these builds, we don't start with always be running in this build. That is the directive that we do not start with in play, because we don't want to be running right away against a lot of the decks that are in play right now.
Yep, that makes sense.
Other things, Katie Jones for some late game money, since we have an easier time protecting our resources because of Aaron. Temujin is one of the best cards in the game, I hear. And Turning Wheel, so that even when we whiff, we're building up for a game close.
Yeah. So it's basically a mini criminal in disguise because most of your influence pips are criminal.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was based on that deck skeleton, as you mentioned earlier. I think it made deck of the week the previous week. So yeah, a very solid base you have working for you. Do you remember what you cut for the Mad Dashes?
Yes. I cut, there was an additional Armitage code busting in the original list. What else was there that was cut? There was an additional breaker that I cut for Scrubber. There was a Mimic in there. No, there was a Net Shield in there.
Ah, yes, the tech cards.
Then there was
Maybe maybe Katie Jones or something. Maybe the second.
I think there was
copy.
a second Katie Jones as well, and I
Yeah,
think there was just one other like random resource in there.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, like this skeleton's been around for a very long time. People keep adjusting it, and it's very good at meta busting if people aren't expecting it because it wins very quick. So you don't end up getting to the state where you can die to the RP prison because you're HQ interfacing over and over again until you win.
Oh yeah, and you won't get to the state where you get locked out because you ran out of overmind counters.
Right.
You are planning to win well before then.
Right. Now, again, this deck will just lose in the late game. Like, if you run out of Overmind counters in this deck, you're going to have a very hard time. But yeah, other than that, there's really not much that needs to be said about this deck. It's pretty standard Atom business. I put in Scrubber just so that we have some game against must-trash assets and upgrades. Yeah. Oh, there was another Public Sympathy. That was the other thing that was cut.
Ah, right, fair enough.
But yeah, I love Adam. If you've never picked up Adam, he is a great identity for teaching you the importance of like evaluating threats and what is the best run to make. I don't know how else to describe it besides that, but he does a very good job of helping you learn like threat mitigation. I don't know.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a sense running on easy mode because you get to see what's on R&D and you get to access lots of cards on HQ.
Yeah, he's easy mode until you accidentally kill yourself on a Cortex lock.
Oops. Yeah, that can happen.
That happened to me a couple times last time I played him in a tournament. I was just like, oh right, Cortex Lock is a card, and I have 9 memory.
Hopefully not today, you know.
But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so this is the deck. I know this is a little bit of a shorter deck building Derezzed. We're going to go over and we're going to do a test run where Ben's going to help me pilot the deck and we're going to see how we do. But before I do that, I'm going to have to make changes because Mad Dash is not currently implemented or even in existence on janetechie.net. So we're going to have to add in 3 freedom through equalities and then just let our opponents know what we're doing.
Yep.
All right. Again, you can find Ben online. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the show notes before, and we'll catch you in the test run.